to AAA. And this year, his first full year at AAA, and it's been the best season of his minor league career. 57 doubles. And the others are in the big leagues. Max Kepler of the Minnesota. 27 home runs and 70 runs batted in for Brian O'Grady this year.
He had one game on
first big league knock. 2-2 on O'Grady. And his dad in the row directly behind her, and this one popped up into foul ground. And Bryant will make the play for the second out of the inning. All right, got that first his major league debut. See if he can get his first big league hit. To third base. Really good year, 27 home runs, 70 batted in for Louisville. Reds uniform, the best of the bunch, Todd Frazier. And for a short while, Patrick Kiblahan, and O'Grady gone swinging, and that will end the inning. Reds get an insurance run. If the Mets win that game, and there are a lot of other moving parts and all this kind of thing, but if the Mets win that game, they will lead New York Mets. They will have won their 21st game of the last 27 they have played. And there's the first major league hit by Brian O'Grady. A liner into left field against the shift. Series. They just hadn't have the bullpen to nail things down, but they're hitting the ball right now and playing pretty well. The Reds will not see up these days. For the Chicago Cubs with Kimbrel hurt. And he has gotten the job done. 34-year-old right-hander. Straight up in the air off the bat of O'Grady. One out. Strop had to close.
27-year-old outfielder Brian O'Grady. First pitch swinging. This will be close and just over the tarp. Gausman. How many teams are we going to see him with this year? He pitched well against the Nats for the Braves recently, and now he's in the Cincinnati bullpen. So the Nats get DeSclafani out of the game after 4 innings and 83 pitches. Walked 2, struck out 3. And it's interesting because this season, the middle of the ball game is when Eric Fetty has scuffled. Innings 3 and 4.
Cut down here big time.
3-2 to the pinch hitter. Threw him a strike. Right to the bag. Matt Adams, 2 down.
O'Grady at first base with 1 out. 0-1 on Brian O'Grady. And now 0-2.
They're going to go upstairs, try to make him chase. And all that does is really set up a.
Reds are down to their final out.
Yeah, pretty.
But the Reds with a fighting chance. The proverbial bloop and a blast, and Brian O'Grady to lead it off.
Appearances at the plate have been difficult assignments against the opposing closer.
Hits this one to straightaway center a long way, and that one is caught in front of the wall by Jan Cow.
He's not a guy for a lot of glitter. Not going out and getting new shoes and stuff every night. I mean, he's just an old throwback baseball player, and a lot of old guys like us like that type. Just getting new cleats on every homestand or so, it seems like. Senzel says, hey, these are plenty good. I don't need to order anymore.
The count of 0 balls and 2 strikes. Fastball up and away.
Hey, Quattro really attacks the strike zone. Really seems harder than 94. but his last 6 starts has been outstanding for Cal Quantrill.
O'Grady hanging in there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 on Brian O'Grady. Pops it up. And that will retire the side. 1-2-3 for Quantrill. That one popped up into foul ground. You know, the strikeout trend again tonight, Chris, you mentioned. Bengals have 2 more preseason games left, and both of them will be at home. Runner goes, and Senzel, his 11th stolen base. Pulled foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes on O'Grady. We have pitch to hit, looked like right there. Center cut, middle of the plate. Two and two. Fastball up. 3-2 on O'Grady, and Quantrill. A liner right at the second baseman. Made a nice play. They had the shift on the left-handed batter. Didn't sound like he got it. Fastball strike to Brian O'Grady. By the second baseman with a big shift on, and they have it on O'Grady again, and he pops it up into shallow left field. But Mejia coming in to get it for the second out. Phillip Ervin is going to bat. A solid bounce back performance after the worst start of his major league career, at least as far as allowing runs. He allowed a career high 8 runs in that game against.
Lights out performance.
Brian O'Grady batting for Castillo, and he is out of there swinging to begin the Cincinnati 6th inning.
A lot of noise from this crowd. Tardy. Right down the middle, but a lot of mustard on it. More. Come on.
2 on. And still needs another strike.
Okay, see, 4 straight fastballs. Yes.
Knock them all out.
Love it. Major League Baseball.
This is one of those ball games, even though it's a 2-1 game here in the coming off each bench, and a lot of pitchers coming out of the bullpen for each club as far as that's concerned.
Game without Vic Senzel, so a big chance for O'Grady, who hooks one foul. Of course, O'Grady having a great year down at Louisville this year, the best year of his. 30 doubles, 28 home runs, 20 stolen bases for Brian O'Grady. What a good year. And he hit 280 in 112.
That's a big old boy that can move like that now.
Well, he's one of only 2 players in all of professional baseball. 3-2 on Brian O'Grady, and he draws a walk with 2 outs in the inning. Just an outstanding year for O'Grady. Still looking for his first big league home run. He has 1 hit in 12.
Rather than coming off the bench or coming into the ball game in a double switch. A few times against Aaron Nola, that can boost your confidence a bit.
It's beat Washington. 1-2 on O'Grady, and a foul tip will do it again. Keep you up to date on what else. Straightaway center field. Racing back is Hazley at the wall and up against the wall, and O'Grady can run. We talked about that last night. He'll easily get to third base, and that'll be a triple for Brian O'Grady, his first extra base hit as a major leaguer.
That ball had some
Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, so a really easy drive for O'Grady's family to come down and watch him play. Remember that Cowboy, the series in D.C., and then all of a sudden. That was his first extra base. And a tapper to the right side. So a bounce back inning for Nola as he retires the side in order. End of 3 now. You know, Jose Peraza is here. And in fact, he's moved into the on-deck circle. You know, you have Iglesias on the bench. But, you know, all the other guys, I mean, is it a question mark for Suarez? It has to be. So, even with the rosters expanded, David Bell appears to be managing with a very short bench tonight. This over near the stands and out of play.
O'Grady have been in on his hands.
That one's a flare into short left center field. So how about O'Grady on an 0-2 pitch?
The one pitch that he throws away is a spinning breaking ball, and O'Grady stays right on.
Oh, and 2 on O'Grady. And that is strike 3 called.
Pretty good pitch.
Head. Thanks to Raising Cane's. For tickets, visit reds.com/150. September 8th. Big day.
Phillies. And came up with his first major league extra base hit. It's a triple. He was too tall, and we've been seeing more and more of it. The big fella can motor. He can cover some ground in the outfield. Kelly sets up way outside, and strike 3 called. That is 8 of them now. Kettering, Ohio. He'll get it right. Just up the road outside of Dayton. Looking his first time up. Big cut. 1-1.
Really what you're doing. And that would be exactly what the Reds would need right here. 1 run down and a man.
And the 1-2 from Chafin. Chafin had him out in front. And down go the Reds in the 6th. They leave a man aboard. Grady representing the tying run, and the pitch. Foul tip. Oh, 1 pitch. One pitch from Ginkel is up high. 2-1. 2-1. Breaking ball. Catches the outside corner. 2-2. Full count. And mistakenly. Payoff pitch. There goes the runner. Check swing. Appeal. No.
Good at bat.
The Reds will have the Cubs reeling as we speak. Lost again yesterday to the Brewers. Walk-off fashion. And a line drive, base hit off the bat for Brian O'Grady.
Nice flat swing right there.
And that'll be Next weekend, a couple of weekends away, you'll see those uniforms. 1999 will be the last uniforms.
To see us so far today with him out there. And of course, what's he do? He throws an outside pitch and invites O'Grady to
of it, and how that Houston Astros shift with their analytics. We'll get back to that.
Down goes O'Grady. It's an easy 1, 2, 3, 4th.
over in 3 pitches or less. And Leake is one of the best in baseball at doing that.
One back in the second, strikeout victim in the 4th. One and 2. Grounded foul. Count holds at 1 and 2.
So he's quite above the average when it comes to, getting it done in a hurry. Today he's had 5, 1.
2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. Misses high. Full count. Warming up in the pen. Pitch number 98 from Leake. Look out. 10th pitch of the at-bat coming. And it hit him. Would have been ball 4 regardless.
15th game for O'Grady. And a lot of losing season since they last. Whoa, look out. That's a home run. Middle deck. 3-2. Reds. It might have jumped into somebody's soup. First home run for the Reds tonight, 3rd home run of the game.
On deck.
First pitch strike. 2 on here. One pitch here. 1 and 2. One-two pitch way upstairs. Chewy throwing a 2-2 pitch here. Got a full count. It's right here, 3-2, 2 on. 1 out, pitch. Oh man, Walker.
The Casale, it looks like they called Dietrich back.
Sure did. Just the 17th game for O'Grady. Really lost that one 2-0. Roof is about to start closing because rain's in the forecast and in the vicinity. So they'll be closing up. 3-0 here to O'Grady. Back with a strike. 3-1.
He's moving a lot quicker than he's used to. The shoulders flying open, and that's why he's missing.
Down low. Ball 4 as the runner at first, Galvis, was on the move. 5 walks, and Scott's got to go get him.
On Tuesday in Seattle, he's only played in 17 games for the Reds this year. Sinker away's in there for a strike. Announcing a new contract extension with their GM today. And as Bob mentioned, from the Boston area, worked in the Red Sox organization for a long time, along with Amiel Sade and Jared Porter. But the group contract extension with GM Mike Hazen. Fastball right by O'Grady, and it's 2-2. D-backs have the overshift on the first base side. Yes, he went and strikes out. So the speculation about Mike Hazen being allowed
hard spot going into the final game of the season or after the final game of the season.
You could have a 5-way tie.
How about that?
Just of the tiebreaker games or something.
Well, makes for good viewing.
Wilmer charges that one. And O'Grady, who runs pretty well, beats it.
Infield defense shifts to the first base side. Deck circle for the Reds. Another good splitter. 0-2. Three in a row. Gonna keep throwing splits up there. Elbow inflammation. Well, there's a fastball. Well, opponents against Yoshi are hitting only .216 versus his split finger pitch. So
come right back with another split.
Like that.
Yep.
2 down in the 7th. So base is empty, 2 down for O'Grady. Joel Kuhnel warms up for. Oh, well, yeah, there's got to be a great story behind that, right?
I certainly hope so.
Boy, Kevin Ginkel lights out in the 8th inning. D-backs hanging on to a 1-0 lead. Votto gets the day off to start. Change up for a strike. O'Grady 0 for 4 in the. This is O'Grady's first career major league start at first base. We saw O'Grady start Friday's ball game in center field. In fact, he's at first base today. This will back up Marte to the warning track in center. And Zach Gallen is set down 4 in a row. No score. D-backs and the Reds. Leads off the 5th against Zach Gallen. If you're just joining us, Diamondbacks took a 1-0 lead in the 3rd. Back-to-back homers to lead off that inning. Josh Van Meter and a Eugenio Suarez. O'Grady skies one to shallow left center. Here comes Rojas. For Suarez, the home run is 46th of the year.
In his right shoulder. Opening up some opportunities. He did strike out. O'Grady stays alive. That's a setup. He got him swinging. So all 3 outs were strikeouts, but on Unite. 1-0.
You can imagine the conversation in the Reds dugout, right?
Two and one.
Kind of feels like he's going to get it.
Eight in a row. He's pulled a Deshays. 6. The Big Red Machine would win the World Series. That's how his broadcasting career started in the big leagues. Bryant over in the grass in right, and Darvish quickly goes 1-2. Wick to O'Grady and high.
Wick gets out of it. Cubs with a chance.
He swings a lot of them, and he makes contact with a lot of them.
O'Grady, first pitch swinging and popped up. Frazier, 2 outs. Brian O'Grady popped out his first time up, and it was a big out. Awkward swing. 1-2. Lifted to left. McNeil will find out that sun again. Hit a man left. We played 3. 2-1 Red.
I mean, they've got the best food in the ballpark down there. Delicious stuff that comes along with that diamond seat ticket.
And look at him down there. He looks like he hadn't eaten in a week. Weighs 95 pounds, soaking wet. At night, or during the day, he has to go back at night. Swing and a miss by O'Grady. And he's out of there.
Lecter said, "Young man, what are you going to make of yourself?" Steve said, "I'm going to be a Major League Baseball player." And he was convinced at that point that he was going to be. And he was not that behind Tom Parsons, who pitched for the Pirates. He was behind Arthur Lamb, who was probably the best I ever. Glass, our good friend, lived right around the corner from us. So we knew her from long days, and she babysat our kid. A very good fastball, and he had a pretty good curve. I always told him, you can't throw the curve with this one finger like this. You're never going to. He was a good athlete, basketball and baseball. And I think the desire he had to know he could make it. And I knew he was going to make it. I mean, he was just one of these guys that there's no stopping him.
Now, let's elaborate a little bit.
About fans have talked about for so long, this proud franchise has been missing out on what so many other long.
So it will be something special, I'm sure.
Each season, Pirates this offseason going to unveil additional details on the Hall of Fame display and the exact selection process. Here we saw a great Hall of Fame induction ceremony in Cincinnati, where a handful of Reds were inducted, and they bring back the former in the Reds Hall of Fame. As you say, it's the next best thing. A rich history like the Reds and Pirates. That's big stuff. Still 3-2. Brian O'Grady. Another broken bat, and this is going to result in a double play. Unassisted DP tags the. I thought that was Sam Deep. Sam Deep was there as well. The shot there was Steve. That team photo. Ball and a strike. Oh yeah, that's a chain around Florida. Yeah. Whoa. That
got
some meat on it, didn't it? Yeah. Ripped into the right field corner. And it is second and third with nobody out.
Good job getting that one in quickly. He's good. First pitch a little wild.
Including O'Grady. Struck him out looking. 2-1.
Started
as he was relaxing in that pool. Past the mound, shortstop Newman on to first. Good work, Clay Holmes. Stay tied at 2. Head to the.
Williams to begin the third. That's the kind of swing on the fastball we
have gotten to him a little bit this year. And thinking about what could be the reason for that, because he has thrown the Had a lot of stuff going on right here at the end of the season. You know, the Steve Blass stuff.
He and Jackie
so
have
many things went out to warm up. That's right before he's warming up.
They just found out.
Yeah, Clint was getting a ride out to the car, and now to go out there and be able to focus on what he's doing this afternoon.
It takes a special person.
He's a man of high character.
Yes. It takes a special run off an Aquino home run in the second inning. Otherwise, Williams has been meeting Malley. Injury this year was against Cincinnati. And again, maybe this might be his second best right now, the way it's gone. And this one's deep. And this one is gone. Brian O'Grady hits his second home run. And it just snuck out of here. That's how the Reds have gotten their runs today. 2 solo home runs.
Where, I mean, he did such a fantastic job kind of getting things put together and collecting all this and putting the signs up. And those two guys are best friends. And it can't be easy, you know, for Greg right now. But it's also very difficult, I think, for Greg. And he's a little on the stoic side. You know, he doesn't show much. It was pretty darn amazing.
He's trying to have some more fun with his friend, and our friend and your friend. But everybody gets a glimpse of what's going on, but most importantly, Steve. So he has something to remember this whole whirlwind year by things together. I love the addition of the Pirates Hall of Fame. I didn't even know about that till last night. My goodness, that's going to be wonderful. And Steve's going to be an inaugural member of the.
It's kind of odd. He was starting to step that direction and then just almost pulled back from the ball.
An insurance run here in this 9th inning. O'Grady has homered today. 3 solo homers.
Try and yeah, I know that it was talked about last season, and we talked a lot about it in spring training, but that was going to be really a push to be better.
Overall, absolutely. At worst, it was a push from last season as Rios with another strikeout. Christian Colon